Protesters in Sri Lanka on Sunday showed no sign of leaving the home of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, which they occupied on Saturday. They're saying they'll stay at the residences of the President and Prime Minister until both of them resign. Rajapaksa has said he'll stand down on Wednesday, but demonstrators are determined not to leave until that happens.
The President and the Prime Minister should have stepped down a long time ago. This is people's struggle. So I think we have about 90% victory. So let's wait till the 100% achieved.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe originally said he'd leave office once a new government is in place, but hours later, the Speaker of the Parliament said Rajapaksa would step down on Wednesday. But protesters are set for the long haul, distributing food and drink to the president's residence and occupying rooms and using the swimming pool.
Opposition leaders in Sri Lanka are meeting on Sunday in a bid to form a new government after the nation's president and prime minister agreed to step down following a day of mass protests and public outrage. Once again, thousands of protesters took to the streets and stormed the official residence of both leaders in protest to the deepening economic crisis. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa fled his home as demonstrators broke through the barricades, flooded the compound, and swam in his swimming pool. Protesters.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakwadash. I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying and believing in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. It is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii coming to you with another lesson. And it's on this video that you just saw, these two videos you saw in front of you, where Sri Lankans, ran down into the prime minister and the president's homes, and basically they're squatting in it now. They got a big ass, dirty ass Elamite pool party going on over there. Okay, people, it's locking. Got a whole bunch of them dirty ass Elamites laying in the bed and shit, laying in dude's bed, and these people are tired, and it's a reason, one, these local governments, they're abusing their power. Okay, they're spoiling their nation, just like Esau does. All these rulers that are over these different nations, they're all corrupt. And these people, they got tired of it, so they took matters into their own hand. And it's not just happening in Sri Lanka.
Hadarichum means wake up in the local Quechua indigenous language. And here in the province of Cotopaxi in Ecuador, it is what indigenous leaders are asking their people to do. Demonstrators are opposing a rise in the price of fuel, an increase in mining and oil production, and a series of laws that they claim will hurt the country's poorest. The government says the reforms are necessary to jumpstart the economy.
The Ecuadorian people are tired of the measures taken by the government, neoliberal policies. That's why we're implementing our right to resist according to our constitution. Little by little, people are joining us.
So there it is. This is happening in Ecuador and many other countries too. Over there in Ecuador, they stormed the government's office as well. Ecuador government, indigenous leaders signed an agreement ending the protests because the protests were so bad, and they were taking over the government facilities, the same thing they're doing in Sri Lanka, they're doing in these other countries. And all of these things are mentioned in the scriptures, man. Okay? This is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that there not be trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in the diverse places, man. And we're living through some of that right now as we speak, man. Okay? These nations, they're rising against their own leaders, okay? Because they're tired of being spoiled. Sri Lanka is going through a similar thing with their economic issues, their resource issues, because they don't have enough resources to do things, not even let kids go to school, man. And all of that happened because different corruption in different places within their society. All these people are protesting. Now, in a righteous society, you're not going to have people protesting against anything, man. People are going to be dealt with in a righteous manner. But you have things like this going on because of wickedness, man. And this is evil. These Edomites, they spread their wickedness all over the world. And these nations, they followed after them. And this is the result of that. See, in something like this is just like a grassroots thing right here. These heathens, they wilding out. Even Jake in Ecuador is wilding out. You know, holding people hostage. They got the old, they got their little priest or whatever over there, just losing their mind, man. It says Sri Lankans have stormed the president's home and their nation's capital, man. And see, in America, they had something similar like that happening, but that was all staged. This right here, this is what a real overthrow looks like, man. Because they're not going to accept nothing less, man. And these are happening because these are birth pains for the whole earth. The whole earth is going through this. This shit is happening all over the planet. Okay? Different protests. People getting tired of the people are getting tired of of this man's leadership, man. But at the end of the day, this was going to happen. This is going to precipitate the second coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, man. All right. So again, it says, "For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, and pestilence, and earthquakes." Yeah, right now they had a matter of fact. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, you got farmers protesting in Holland.
Thousands of Dutch farmers are rallying against the government on their tractors. Traffic in central Netherlands and around Amsterdam has come to a standstill. Our next report gives you the details.
This is Troy, a village in the Dutch province of Gelderland in central Netherlands. Thousands of farmers have assembled, protested against the government's far-reaching plans to cut nitrogen emissions.
Yeah, so you see the big problem is these governments, man. Which these governments are choking their people on purpose because they ultimately work for the super elite who they do their bidding for Satan, right? And again, this is what's going to happen at the end of this man's rulership. It was prophesied in the scriptures, and we're reading it. 2 Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition, which sedition is a speech inciting people to fight against their authorities. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. Right, and you seeing that, especially in Sri Lanka, you got people laid up in this dude's bed. They're all up in his pool. You know, they doing what they want to do, man. You know, naturally, when they were in power, these people wouldn't even be allowed 10 feet in front of these residences, man. But this is how these kings live. These are different kings. These princes and these kings. These people, they're not listening to that. They're not trying to hear that when their food is disappearing, their finances are disappearing, fuel that they need to live their everyday life is disappearing and skyrocketing at a skyrocket rate. In which the elite, they're causing all this to happen because they want to cause what? Chaos, so they can bring their form of order. Meaning that MOTB, all right? And these are things that happen. Here's the uproars of people. This is why Apostle Tahar, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, coined this year to year to turn up. Shit is turning up. They smoked the Japanese, former Japanese prime minister, so-called, supposedly. They smoked that dude, you know? The UK's prime minister, he resigned, him and his whole cabinet. All right? So things are happening. Whether it be staged, it's all by the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, or natural, it's all by the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. And it says, "And he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." There, because Yahweh Shai is going to visit this world which he made, man. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, the end is manifesting. That's right, we're in the end of this thing. And this stuff is going to come to America because, see, that whole January 6th thing, clearly that shit was a setup. But guess what? They was doing that so they could set precedents. So just in case when the real uproars of the people start, when the natural uproars of the people start, they can move on the people. They make these laws. They ban people from getting a certain feet close to government buildings and their rulers, because when people have nothing to lose, they lose it. Like Gerald Celente say. And they're gonna want to go after the same people that were in public office who got fat, who got rich off the deception of the people, man. You know? And this thing is worldwide. This ain't just in Sri Lanka. This thing is worldwide, man. This country is completely unstable, man. Elam is losing their goddamn mind over there. You know? In Ecuador, they losing their damn mind over there, man. Niggas swimming in the pool, putting their feet on the couch. You know what I'm saying? And you know this place stink, man. Them people don't wash up on a daily, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't put no smell goods on. So these people all up in it, they doing what they want, putting their feet all on the pillow and shit. Yeah, because they tired of what's going on. You see? And it's only going to exacerbate. It's going to get worse. It's not going to calm down. It's going to get worse. Because when all these nations are in an uproar, then what? They got a military, they got NATO, they got the EU, they got the UN. But guess what, man? That ain't enough, man. You know what I'm saying? Plus the Third World War is going to be happening, man. Once America is weakened from the inside, hey, the Lord going to send his attackers from the outside, man. Via these, the Russians, the Iranians, the Ethiopians, them Chinese, them gooks. Shit is about to get real out here, man. And these are all prophecies pertaining to the second coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. So I just want to bring this out. I hope you're edified with that. I'm going to say shalom. On to the next.